Let the dragon consume you! Enemy sighted. Stop the payload! Stop the payload! In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Birdwatcher's back at it one more time. Here's your host, Ryan and Clay. They're about to bring you some sweet Overwatch action.
All right. Kicking off stage 3, week 3 with episode 10. How you doing, Ryan?
Hey, you got the number right this time.
I know. Is this episode 10?
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
right.
cool.
That's right. Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Toes.
I'm doing good, man. Another week of Overwatch, naturally.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say, our last week was the 3-2 week, which was kind of a cool coincidence. That was week 3, stage 2, and then it was all 3-2s. But this week wasn't that. It was a little, towards the end, it kind of petered out. I would say the games weren't as exciting. They were still entertaining. I mean, most games are.
Yep.
But there was a strong start to the week, and it kind of petered out for me at the end there. But still solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every week can't be amazing.
No. Especially with playoffs coming up, I'm sure we'll get into some high-intensity games in week 4. But yeah, let's. You want to get into week 3? You got some news?
Yeah, man. The Dallas Fuel thing.
Yeah, we let go of some folks.
Yeah, do you think this is the precursor to their Phoenix moment, like the Los Angeles Valiant, where they rise from the ashes to?
I think they just have to have a consistent change every week, so they can never be a team. You know what I mean? Let's make sure we get rid of somebody or change something up every single week. Because this week, we're starting a little late in the week, but they've already announced Seagull is going back to DPS. After practicing Diva for so long, which is kind of odd.
It's weird. That's a whole weird. They look a mess. They look a hot mess, and we'll talk about it in one of the games towards the end of this week. They don't look like a team at all. They just look like a bunch of randoms that queued up together that are decent compared to everybody else.
All good at Overwatch, just not good together. Not a team, right?
But outside of that, I don't know if you had anything else to say about that.
No, they lost Rascal and they lost their assistant, or I guess he was their head coach, Kai. Yeah. Rascal, which is kind of weird because we're outside the trade period. He cannot be picked up by another team, so he's gonna have to wait. Probably going back to Korea at this point, maybe get on a contenders team. But yeah, he's gonna have to wait till season 2.
Oh man, that's
just probably pretty hard. He's a great DPS player. We've seen him play for London and stuff like that. But
question on that then: does that mean that he's still contracted with OWL?
I think he's still contracted with OWL, but just not the Dallas Fuel.
So that means he can't go to contenders either.
I don't know. That'd be something we'd have to look into.
Okay.
We haven't seen this before because we saw XQC get released, and he talked about going to another team during the trade period. Not sure what's going to happen to Rascal. Obviously, very talented player. Some people said that he had some problems with being a team player, but who on Dallas Fuel has been a team player?
It affects. We'll save it for when we get there. I think this will come full circle to their performance this week, and just the kind of thing you see with that team. But other news is just something that we talked about on Reddit. We posted on Reddit. I started a discussion just about something I saw that was interesting, which was just healthy gaming, right? An overarching theme that I'm starting to notice a lot of Twitter posts. And some people point out some more posts to some other people. But Silk Threads and IDDQD posted recently last week about their great weight loss. They've lost a bunch of weight since they've been in the league. And IDDQD, we've watched it happen in front of our eyes.
Absolutely.
During the season,
looks great.
He looks amazing. And it's one of those cases where, being a gamer my whole life and playing both, sports and gaming competitively in all different arenas throughout my life. I've always been in the gym. I've always been, I watch what I eat. I'm not crazy about it. But, I try to stay healthy. I do 5Ks. I do stuff like that. But I do also game. Above average, right? Compared to other people. I know you're the same, where, you're a gamer, which you also stay in the gym, you also work out, you play ball and stuff like that. And that's something that's becoming more common in the community. And I think it's for the better because definitely in the 90s, early 2000s, playing games was associated with poor health, overweight, stuff like that. So
absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely about finding that good balance too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but being healthy and being active and stuff like that, your mind feels a lot better. You can think a lot clearer, and you're just a lot more positive, I feel like.
Yes.
So
yeah, because if you like yourself, you like your image, you like what you're doing, then that comes through in your gameplay. And like when you have shitty games on ladder, it doesn't bring you all the way down because you can go do other things. You can go run for a bit and kind of gives you another avenue to blow off steam as well.
You have a couple losses in a row, Ryan. You do a couple sets of push-ups in between.
Yes. Yeah, I do that.
A lot of people say you should get up and walk around and do a little bit between games just to kind of keep your blood flowing, kind of keep that stature right. Because sitting down in a chair all day is not great for your back, especially your lower
Even
back.
if it's a gaming chair.
Okay, that is true. I like to use just a rocking chair.
Just a rocking? Oh, my gosh.
It's the best gaming chair I've ever
like
used.
a yoga ball or some shit like that.
I'd be so afraid I would fall backwards on that thing.
But yeah, so let's hopefully that keeps up.
Yeah.
Anybody out there got anything to say about it? Definitely do it.
Absolutely.
Let us know your routine, because mine is pretty much like every loss is 10 push-ups, or I pick push-ups, crunches, or something different. So every loss is 10, and then every win is 5. Right. So sacrifices. Yeah,
I can get behind that. That's cool.
And then I do after 3 of each game, like 3 games, and I see now I got to do like 25 push-ups, and I do them. Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyways.
Yeah. So that gets us through the news. Let's get into some games for the week.
Oh, well, we have one more thing, right?
Do we?
The gift card.
Oh, yes, gift card.
People want to hear about that. So
absolutely.
The plan is pretty simple. Either email in, or you can, ping us on Reddit. You can, add us on Twitter, anything, any social media. Reach out to us. And what we'll do is at the end of the week, I know we're starting kind of late this week, but for the next show, we're going to go through the people who have sent us stuff, pick somebody at random, and that person's going to win a $20 Amazon gift card. And once we pick you, we'll send you a message, via email. If you do it via social media, we're going to have to ask you for your email, and then we'll send you that card or send it to the winner. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. So if you want to listen till the end, and we'll go through our whole spiel of where you can reach us at, what the exact tags are, that will be awesome. But that's the end of our news, really.
And we said Amazon gift card?
Yeah, $20 Amazon gift card.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Should be seamless and easy, because you can plug those codes in when you buy stuff, and we don't have to mail anything to anybody. So.
Yeah, you can get you an Overwatch Pop. Ryan, do you have any Overwatch Pop figures yet?
Wait, are they players, or are they like mascots?
No. They're just the heroes.
Oh, I didn't know they had them.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to send you a picture. I'm a little embarrassed. It looks like a weird dollhouse in my office here right now.
I may have seen the Sombra. Is there a Sombra one?
Yeah, there's a Sombra one. I think
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into it. Let's give these people what they came for.
Get into some games. So Wednesday, we kick it off with our honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. We got Dallas Fuel and San Francisco Shock. And Shock on a tear this week, man. Upstate later in the week, but they take down Dallas 4-0. Bring us into Shanghai versus Seoul. Shanghai taking a map off of them, but Seoul taking it 3-1. And that gets us into the feature match for Wednesday.
The battle for Los Angeles.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed this, dude. The crowds are hype. More so than any other game. Right? I mean, obviously, in Atlanta, you're going to have Atlanta crowds.
Yeah.
But, dude, there's a volume increase. There is just like an intensity there that seems really cool. And I was going to bring this up to you. Do you think it'll be the same way when we get to more teams and we get to go to other cities? Do you think it's still as big as popular?
Yeah, and that goes back to something we talked about before when you asked me the same. We were talking about how they're going to handle locations, where I think it should be a roaming circus type event, because if you have it like a circus style, where now for these 2 weeks it's going to be in Dallas, for these 2 weeks it's going to be in Atlanta, then you have more of an incentive for people to come for all the teams.
Yeah.
Just because they want to be a part of it and see it while it's in town, versus having, everybody has their home venue.
Yeah.
I think that might cause issues, and we'll see what they do. They don't pay me to make decisions like that, so
they should, Ryan.
But you know what? That might be something I post on Reddit. See what people think, because I think it's a cool concept, and I'm kind of interested in what other people think as well. So but I think the support will be there. I think it's only going to grow. Like we said, they're surprised by the current turnout and their current viewership. Yeah. And if they're happy, they're saying we're like 4 times as much as we expected. The turnout's great. Tickets are selling. That stadium seems pretty, besides Wednesdays, right? Naturally. But outside of that, the rest of the time, the stadium usually, or that venue seems packed.
Oh, absolutely.
With people happy to be there, wearing jerseys and kind of participating. Signs are at an influx.
Yeah.
The signs are great. Give Reinhardt a second hammer. It only makes sense.
Oh, dude, that'd be sweet.
But the people chanting Gladiators chanting shields up and then Valiant chanting wings out.
Yeah. That was cool. Yeah. It was loud too, man. They were hyped, man. It was awesome.
Yeah. You can even see the parents, like we talked about, getting hype as well.
Yeah.
Feeding off their energy. Cool. People love events and crowds. It's the human condition.
Yeah, absolutely. It was cool. But that kicks us off into Temple of Anubis. Not one of my favorite maps, but
not anybody's favorite map. Yeah. Unless you're a psycho.
Yeah. But so the Glads end up pushing in pretty quick on point 1. They get past soon on the Widow. We've been seeing the Widow Orisa comp on point 1. It works a lot of the time, but man, Glads hop in there real quick. But kind of struggle on point 2. I don't know if you notice. Hydration switches to a Sombra at some point. Isn't able to coordinate with his team to get some proactive EMPs. They do get 2 points, but I notice Agility's every time they're pushing, his ultimate's up. Dude. So, and he's one of those Genjis that when he gets a blade, it's not these crazy 3 or 4K blades that we see with like Shadowburn, even EQO. He's getting 1 or 2 consistent kills every time, but he's farming that blade every fight.
Yeah.
So they're able to stall it out. Gladiators did take 2 points, so that brings us over to Valiant's offense, where they did nothing. At one point, I forgot Soon was playing because he had gotten trapped and mined so many times that I was like, dude, this guy has got to be punching his monitor at this point, because Hydration is putting these mines in different spots. Not the same spot every time, but he's putting them in these spots where Soon just keeps finding them. Man, he's like hide and go seek, but he's dying every single time. And the Glad's able to just hold, point 1 the whole time.
That's something, because what this episode 10, right? And every episode we talk about Soon's consistency.
Yeah.
And as you notice, the whole LA Valiant change has worked to the better because they've been winning, but he's seemed off since then. With Unko leaving and all that different stuff. So it's one of those things where you're starting, and now they have Bunny, right? So you have Bunny coming in later in this match.
Yep.
To kind of take care.
Also a Tracer player too.
Also a Tracer player.
Yep.
So, and a different style of Tracer player than Soon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was uncharacteristic here to see that, and Agility's just kind of showing out. He's now, it makes sense with what their CEO was saying, what the owner was saying now, that he does have a lot of potential. Absolutely. His ceiling seems high, and now with the support of the fans behind him, the team behind him, and everybody kind of in his corner, he's going to keep getting more ridiculous. Because even when he was on Junkrat, his dire was like constantly up.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
It was reminiscent of like when Jake plays him, where it was just oppressive. Because there's one point where LEJ or Gladiators pushed through, and they were going to score, and then he had that big 3K tire, right?
Oh, dude, that thing was huge, man.
And that just
all right on that bridge.
Yeah, right on that bridge. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy, but yeah, it was interesting that they couldn't turn it around on defense.
Yeah, just
or on offense.
Just couldn't figure out how to break that Junkrat defense, man.
Yeah, and then Surefour on Widow, where Surefour was in it, like he warmed up immediately.
Dude, this whole stage, man, he was killing it on the Widow.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely a big thing. But yeah, Los Angeles had to get that composition under control in that first one, and they couldn't. So
yeah, so Gladiators take the first one. That brings us into New Bonnie. Big thing stuck out to me. So Gladiators do make it through point 1 and 2 pretty quickly, and then Agilities is on the soldier the whole time. Not the most consistent soldier. He's not an AKM, not anything else. Just kind of a guy that's doing some poke damage. Yeah. But when he switches back over to the Genji, Valiant or the Gladiators really can't figure out how to get around him because he is farming these blades every fight.
Yeah, it was so impressive that it really stood out. Like every fight you hear the blade go off and you're like, wait, what? Right? Yeah. And it's one of those cases where, we've seen fast blades before. We've seen good blades, but like you said, he's getting like 1 or 2 kills per blade, but he always has it every fight. And it's one of those annoying things, like you played on ladder and you play the character, is when every fight you hear a Junkrat tire spin up. And you're like, at what point do we get a fair fight?
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah, because it's, and like I had mentioned before, Agilities he's not going for flashy blades. He's going for consistent 1 to 2 kills. And if you're making it a 5v6, especially on this last point, it's pretty difficult to push it the rest of the way with, 5 people.
Yeah. So. And here we have, as far as subs go in, now we have Bunny in on that Tracer as well.
Oh, yeah.
And his style is a lot more aggressive than Soon's is.
Yeah.
And you mix that with Agilities, and you get a whole mess of. It reminds me of the Carpe Snilio combo.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
where
absolutely.
it's super oppressive just those 2 alone. You have a whole other team of 4 people to worry about.
Yeah.
So definitely plays into it. But Agilities, man, he starts strong and just keeps it going.
He definitely does. And Valiant is actually able to push it to the same spot that the Gladiators do. But Bunny, if you look at it, the last man standing kind of situation, this last fight, it's a big brawl. And you're like, oh, dude. Yeah, it was insane.
I think Uber was casting this one, right?
Yeah. Yes, he was. Yeah. And you get a big MP out of Surefour, and you're like, oh, this has got to be it. Gladiators got this wrapped up. And the last man standing is Bunny. And all you see in the kill feed is this guy getting 1, 2, 3 kills. And it looked like, just the last shootout, man. It was great. It was cool. But yeah.
And the crazy thing about all these maps, we're going through is that Los Angeles Valiant, as far as win percentage, are ahead by a mile, right? Like on Temple Anubis, they had an 86% win rate. On this one, they have a 71% win rate, and we're going to see that throughout, where they're killing it this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. So Los Angeles Valiant squeak it out at the very end of that map, and that brings us into Ilios. And like we have commented here, this is pharmacy, baby.
Yeah,
this is Ilios. You're getting to fly over these high perches and stuff like that, and this really is the battle of whoever is the better Pharah Mercy combo.
Yeah, definitely. And the only thing outside of that is that, now we have Space on the team. He's now 18 as well.
Big fan.
Which I guess, he fell out of our comments about people who turned 18 and became active. Yeah. But yeah, he's there, and people are already kind of liking him to Meko as far as diva play.
Yeah, and he did a really good job too.
Oh yeah, he does a really good job of just, all the aspects of what you need diva to do, he's doing it in this new setup this team has. But yeah,
so we get Soon back in for Bunny, which is kind of strange because we see Soon primarily on the Tracer this entire time. I guess it just depends on map strategies for these guys. Is Bunny the better cart manipulator? Is Soon the better control map point? Soon does a great job here. He lands a huge sticky on Shaz at one point that kind of turns the whole map around. Yeah, Shaz is upstairs. Soon
Mr. Mayhem himself.
Yeah, hiding from everybody. Soon hops on Shaz, drops a pulse bomb on him, and they're like, "Oh, we can res him up. We're fine." Soon's still waiting for the Mercy. Kills the Mercy. It's like a 20-30% gain there.
Yeah,
and they wasted a ton of time trying to res him back up. They should have just reset. Pretty devastating. But yeah, Los Angeles Valiant take this one.
Agility's still hot, man. He's jumping around. So at this point, he's played Genji well, he's played Tracer well, and then he wins the Pharah battle against Surefour, nonetheless.
Yeah, the commentators bring it up quite a few times.
Sorry, not Surefour, Silthread, because Silthread subs in for Surefour for the Pharah play.
Well, they mentioned why did we ever bench this kid?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's insane. It's just his confidence probably rattled a little bit when he did get benched. So. But so we get a map 4, Junkertown. Man, Surefour tearing it up.
His Widow is dangerous, man.
It up, yeah.
His Widow's no joke, because it's even up there where people are saying like, oh, he's like prophet level Widow at this point, and even then he might still be better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, he was killing it. He is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
We did get to see Shaz switching it up. I mean, by switching it up, he got to play Bastion.
Yeah, both teams do a pirate ship.
Yeah, they do both do a pirate ship.
Which we haven't seen in a while.
You think they're like, Shaz, what character can't you play? We're just going to put you on Bastion.
What do you
We're
feel
hoping
right
you know how to play. He's like, dude, I got it. I got it covered. I know how to play every character in the game.
I like to think that he spam clicks Brigette's photo, even though she's not available yet.
I hope so.
Just in case.
He's ready.
Every match.
Yeah. Because he can do it. I'm sure he's good at her, too.
Oh, I'm sure he has a pocket Brigitte already.
Oh,
Brigitte. I don't know how. I still don't. I don't trust it. I don't trust
Brigitte,
the pronunciation.
But yeah, like you said, Widow, Surefour and Widow, this whole map, offense and defense, just kind of takes over. Valiant doesn't know what to do in the streets against this Surefour.
I wouldn't either, because he's so calm, and it's one of those things where it's not someone. Like, you don't really, I don't associate Surefour as a Widow player, but now he's playing it so much more and he's playing at such a high level, I have to, and it feels weird. It feels out of place. I don't know why.
Yeah, well,
because Surefour's been around forever, right? Like, he's been playing the game for a long time, or the whole time, and he's been playing it at a high level for the whole time. So
yeah, and he definitely took over the game on the Widow on this map, man.
Yeah,
it was insane. All right, but yeah, Los Angeles Gladiators taking this one down. Valiant just not able to do anything in the streets part of this map.
Yeah, definitely.
So map 5. This is probably one of our only map 5s this week that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I think we get 2 map 5s, and this is one of them. So we get to go to the beautiful map of Oasis.
We get Bunny back in. So they're obviously trying out something as far as what it's more of a case like, okay, these guys both play Tracer, but what else do they play, and what kind of swaps do we want to leave ourselves open to? Yeah,
and Kariv, map 1, just starting to pop off. I kind of forgot about Kariv, because he's one of those guys that said that he wanted to play support. He'd been playing support for a year. He obviously is insane on Zenyatta. And when he's left alone on map 1, he is the DPS.
Yes.
Forget agilities, forget Bunny at this point. Kariv is left alone. He's picking up the kills that those guys aren't. So.
And Monty this week he had a comment about the Jonak effect, right? Where Jonak coming out of nowhere, coming off a ladder, coming into the league, and playing a Zenyatta in a style and at a level that kind of just puts this gap between him and the next person as far as the top, puts a lot of players in this position where the people who used to flex support and then growing up in the Mercy or kind of getting their start in the Mercy meta.
Yeah.
They see Jonak and see what he's able to do, and everybody kind of wants to be that attack, that battle mage type situation.
Yeah,
but not everybody can pull it off.
He's
and
aggressive.
Yeah, when I see Kariv play, he would be like he comes off as that, being able to pull that off. Like I would as a Mercy, I would damage boost him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely he can track and aim very well too, man. It definitely shows. There is one point though on map 1 where Los Angeles has clearly lost the map 1, or the first takeover where it's 0-0-0, and Agilities goes for a barrage on Fisher, who is ulting. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? The guy has like half health. He just kills Agilities like no problem, and it's like, dude, you just used your whole barrage on this guy who is clearly gonna kill you.
Yeah,
who's bouncing back up off the map, man. It was cool.
And that's crazy because I think it lowers your leap into a 3-second cooldown. So as long as you jump above, and they were explaining it, as long as he jumps above where he's ulting, by the time he falls back to where he was, he'll be able to jump again. And that's what he's doing. It's the craziest thing to watch.
Oh yeah, especially on the side of that map, you're like, dude, I would fall off in a heartbeat.
I'll blow it. Mm-hmm. But Fisher's known for doing those weird, like those crazy jumps.
Yeah,
alt jump.
Dude, he's
even like on King's Row. I don't know if you've seen that clip of him jumping under the map and then jumping back up.
Oh yeah. Primal Rage Master, man, dude, is insane.
He is locked down.
But yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we moved to round 2, right? So they pretty much they squeaked that one out, and then we get to round 2 for University, and this is where Kariv just kind of shows out. Well, he's been showing out for this whole map.
Yeah.
But this is where it like kind of seals the deal. Like he could be on that Jonak level. He can get there where they're talking about him up there with like Bedosin and them as well. Because unfortunately, because we saw a lot of him playing DPS, it's still him trying to get that respect as support. Even though people know he's a good support, it's just that he doesn't have the stats to back it up because he hasn't played support long enough. So as we keep moving through the stages, I think we'll see it more and see if he can keep that consistency.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy because this is a map that Fraggy gets to play Rhine on and is really good, a really good Brine map, and they don't win. It's insane.
Yeah.
But that's, like you said, kind of on the back of Kareev just finding picks, man. Just finding all kinds of picks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, map 3. This one goes to 99 for each team.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see.
Pushing it all the way, right? Like the last percent until it's all over.
Yeah. And I think it looked like it was going to go in the way of Gladiators at one point, but they split up. Agility is able to find this moment where he can get in and barrage a couple people, and that was just kind of the nail in the coffin right there. I mean, you take it to a 4v6, and they just cleaned it up. You know, time bank is significantly shorter when you're in overtime, and they just, you can't get back to the point. So,
yeah, definitely impressive. I know after watching this game, I went, because, you know, I'm maining Zenyatta at the moment. As far as being a support main, that's when I'm playing the most. And I was like, all right, it's time to go. It's time to go beat Kareev on ladder.
Yeah, did you go kill those bots? I go to the training thing. Makes me feel a lot better. Those guys can't fight back.
They can't fight back.
Those little training bots? Yeah. I'm so good at this game. I could kill so many of these guys. Yeah. But yeah, so Los Angeles Valiant able to take the Battle of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So
3-2, man. All right, and this takes us to our next day, right? So we're going to go with our honorable mentions. My boys, you know, we do it again. And it's Florida Mayhem, so we'll take what we can get. Outlaws versus the Mayhem. Houston takes it 3-1 here. And then we have Boston Uprising versus London Spitfire. Boston take it 3-2. And I think this is the one where Stryker breaks into tears, right?
Yeah, at the end of the match, man.
Oh, he was so happy.
5 games, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome to see those guys emotional like that, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard-fought battle. 3-2 against London. No joke.
And you're putting a lot of effort into it. You know, it's funny because they talk about, you know, the sweaty hands and how they all have like towels and people have all these methods of trying to stay comfortable for like 5 matches at most, right?
Yeah.
Like that shows you how hard they're focusing and playing and communicating. Like, it's a lot. It's not your casual just you know, drinking beer and playing.
I was going to say, you think they let me have a 6-pack up there if I ever make it?
Not if they want to win, they don't. You can drink after the match.
Yeah, he's on number 6, man. He hadn't hit a shot at the damn map.
No, it's cool. I got the trans, guys. I got the trans.
I'm good. Yeah, like, dude, we've lost already. Yeah.
But no, so we're gonna hop into our main event, which is Philadelphia Fusion versus New York Excelsior. And man, was this game stressful. I feel sorry for any fans out there who had to watch this from either side, because this...
Whatever. The New York fans know what happened. So consistent losing the first 2. Jeez.
Man, I don't get, like, New York is so... It's scary. It's scary you can put a team... Like, a team can be in this position so many times, in so many matches, and every time it ends the way they want it to end, which is them on top.
Do you think it's consistent, and we comment on it later, I just want to put it out there, do we think it's consistent with bringing in a different main tank? Because, I mean, I don't know who their front runner is. SBB seems like he's the most vocal when we see him talking. Yeah. But we get Janice over Mono, correct?
Yeah. To start.
And I haven't paid attention enough in the last couple of games where they're doing the same thing, losing the first 2 and sweeping these. Oh God, it's so irritating.
And it might be a pressure thing as well.
Yeah,
where you know, you get this team because, you know, on ladder, right? If you get in a situation where you're so far ahead, it's less likely that you're going to lose that game. It's just the way it works, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, people know that you're playing against one of the best defensive teams in the league, and one of the best teams in general, with the most tools at their disposal as far as skill. And you know, you think you have them. Like, it's almost too good to be true. We have them 2-0. All we have to do is win the next one. We just have to win one more. Like, we just squeak one out, and they drag you through this fucking hellscape to get there, and you just lose motivation.
Especially after the first one, man. Like the first launch. Yeah, you feel terrible about it, right?
You know what? Let's just get into it. All right. Yeah. So we start with Temple Anubis, and here immediately, I said, best defensive team in the league, and their defense looks sloppy. Like they never really get going. Yeah. In general, Philadelphia just kind of moves through the points like it's nothing. EQO's back. He's back off suspension.
Yeah, I was going to bring this up to you. So he gets unbanned, and he does really well. Is this what Vic felt like? Because Vic tore it up. Vic tore it up when he got back.
He did tear it up.
And EQO kind of on the same path.
I mean, it's one of those cases when you're out of it. I think it's the whole concept of you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
So once you get suspended for 3 games, you realize like, hey, if I fuck up again, I could be gone.
Yeah. You gotta prove yourself.
Yeah, you have to prove yourself again and show why you belong there, and then also behave yourself, hopefully better. But yeah, he comes in here hot, like his Genji never left. He gets a 3K on 0.1, and they cap that really quick, and then they finish off the map without much struggle, and NYXL's unable to full cap at all. They don't even get a chance to get to second point. It's crazy. It's crazy because this first map, you notice when they're attacking where they even mess up their setups, right? They're not even like somebody gets picked off, they have to wait, and then somebody else gets picked off, they have to wait again. Where they never get that steady. Okay, let's move forward and put that pressure on, and that cost them here because Philadelphia's just kind of in the zone, and Philadelphia's coming with revenge on their mind, right? We all saw what happened.
Yeah. This is the rematch of our stage 2 playoffs, right?
Yeah.
This is the chance to kind of redeem yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And then after Temple of Anubis, it's Temple of Anubis. Nobody really likes that map, so we'll say that's a giveaway. Yeah. Then we move into Nubani, a more likable map. But here, it's less of them struggling defensively and more of them struggling as individual players, right? We're outside the coordination, and now it's just like mechanics.
Yep.
So the first one that starts off is Libero, where he does not look like himself, and he ends up getting subbed out for the next game. His dragon, we watched Libero pop Dragon Blade and literally stand still and look around.
Yeah.
Until it's gone, and I was like, "What's going on?" Did he like knock his mouse off the table or something?
Yeah, he's looking for it. He's like, "Oh, shit, dude, I hit Q." Yeah, it didn't seem like he was blading like a normal Genji would. He's almost reactive more than proactive.
Yeah.
I don't know. We know that New York's a very defensive team, but dude, getting nothing out of the blades.
Yeah, and I have a note here that's kind of blasphemous, and I hope I don't get a bunch of flack for it, but I said they kind of looked like the Shanghai Dragons.
Yeah.
Where, like, the way they were moving and running around, they were scattered as like a bunch of mice when you turn the lights on.
Yeah.
And it was weird to watch.
Especially on offense, man.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, we talk about Fraggy and how important he is to the Fusion, where he needs to live for them to kind of do anything. And here is like Janice, it looks like Fraggy when Fraggy's just dying all the time.
He's trying to out-Fraggy.
He's out-Fraggying Fraggy.
Yeah.
And it looks bad. And Philadelphia Fusion capitalize on it. And they kind of have some cool creative defensive style here. A lot of weird angles on their Widow for taking out people. They do this kind of thing where they kind of fake a flank while on defense. They fake a flank and then they'll come back and then they'll attack from another angle, or they won't sit right in front of the payload. They'll come from like behind. They'll like go all the way around and they'll give up some. It was very interesting to see them kind of attack this whole thing where, with New York Excelsior already having troubles with coordinating at this point and people having mechanical trouble, to then throw a dynamic defense like that at them, very smart decision.
Oh, I love this defense from Philly, man. It looked so good. They were, like you said, being kind of aggressive, but giving them some space as well. I would have liked to see this later on Junkertown, and we'll get into that. But they know they have this big time bank because they are able to finish map, the 0.3, so they can kind of play this loose, aggressive play style, and it works out for them because we know them as a brawling team. And it kind of gets in the minds of New York where, man, this team is really hopping on us and we're not able to do anything. Dude, it was cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the nightmare happens, where I don't know if this is what defines, or this is a big definition of what a great team is, right? Because if you have two games like this from the New York Excel side, if this was any other team, they would lose. That's it.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no coming back from this kind of behavior and this kind of performance in the first two maps, right?
Yeah.
And I can't imagine coming back from that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they had one of those, and you see it in football movies all the time. Yeah. They go to the locker room, somebody knocks over that giant Gatorade thing, and they're like, oh shit, dude, if somebody's going to waste all that Gatorade, we better pick up some wins. And that's how it goes down. Yeah. Wasting fluids here. SVB, turn it on, buddy.
Turn it on.
He turns it on, yeah.
They don't look like, they don't get flustered like other teams get flustered. Like, you see people get like dour and down, and they start sad, or like on what is it, the Soul Dynasty, like Miro will make that face that just, he's pissed. Like, there's all these things that you can see, and they don't, like, they're like, okay, next game. And it's like, this next one could be the last one. Enough hype. We go into Ilios, we know that NYXL dominates on control.
Yep.
That's what they do. They're 9-1 on Ilios.
Oh, and we get to see Big Pine come in. So we get huge subs here. And this may be part of, I think this may play more into affecting other teams versus the New York XL. Because we talk about how they have a smaller roster compared to the average. So when they swap people out, it's not as big as a damaging thing, because the people they're bringing in are more specialist, and they fit in. They're usually warm and ready to go. There's not this big, huge shift. So we get Snilio in for EQO, and then on the New York Excel side, we get Mono in for Janice, we get Pine in for Libero, and we get Animo in for, it's Animo, right? Animo, yep.
Yeah, we get Animo in for Arc. So you essentially have all the players that were kind of having trouble mechanically that we talked about earlier. They just pull them out, let them rest, and they bring in some fresh meat, some fresh killers, right?
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
go off like first round. This is a quick one, by the way. First round, Ruins, nobody dies for NYXL.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's pretty much a perfect, right? Like if this was a fighting game.
This is notoriously a Widow map.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Pine has to do anything. Mm-hmm. Just the thought of Pine coming in on Widow, on Ruins, I'd be kind of scared. I don't care who you are. Yeah. You're going to be scared.
His sniping is like, it's crazy. It reminds me of who was it? Was it Baby Bay? I can't remember, but it's not, he doesn't really flick much. He just knows where your head's going to be.
Yeah, yeah. And he's aggressive. Yes. I love how aggressive he is, man. He's up in a lot of the times when Widow and Ruins, you're finding these like back spots where you can get, picks every once in a while. He is on the point getting picks. That's a scary thing to battle against.
Yeah, he doesn't have that fear. Even when he plays McCree, it's crazy to watch him do these like he uses his roll in a very aggressive, like he could be losing a fight and he'll roll towards you.
Yeah,
to try to get that win.
I'm rolling out of the fight.
I know, I'm rolling off the edge, or I'm doing something crazy. I'm not trying.
Where did Ryan go? I think he rolled out. He's out of here.
Like I'm using it to evade you, not to further engage in this losing fight.
Well, no, it'll throw you off too, right? I mean, it's kind of unconventional, but it's a sweet play to do.
Yeah. But yeah, so no one dies, which means they win that round. That's usually how that works. Then we get into round 2 with Lighthouse. So you still have Pine killing it, and you have Animo. I guess they told him, you know what, new guy, it's pretty simple. Pocket Jonak.
Yeah, we have a DPS on this team. Most other DPSs in the league. He happens to be playing Zenyatta, but shit, dude, he kills a bunch of people.
Ignore that.
Power that dude up. We can't lose.
He just shows out. Between that and Pine in the mode, it's just dangerous. So that's the round. They wrap it up real quick, and that's when you notice the tone shift on Philadelphia Fusion. These guys are still up 2-1, and they look like they're losing already. Yeah, right? Man. They know what's happening.
Especially even at the end of Lighthouse, you're like, dude, this team doesn't even look like they're trying to coordinate anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Man.
Rough to watch.
So then we get into Junkertown. And I have here in big letters, I just have NYXL. How the fuck?
Yeah, this is the map. This is the map. Sure.
Excuse my French.
You give New York a control map. This is the map that Philly's supposed to win.
Yeah, this is how you end it.
Yeah.
It looked like they were winning it the whole time.
Yeah, one on defense. They were there for like 10 minutes.
Man, so what I want to say is that, one thing that stood out, overall, is that we're seeing on Junkertown a lot of single healer comps.
Yep.
Which
especially 0.1, right?
Yeah, we used to see it pop up sparingly last stage, but now it's like everybody's doing it, or they have their version of it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of different.
Yeah.
It's always cool to see the mix-ups and the variety in the game. That's what makes it fun, right? Variety by maps. But sub-wise, we have Libero subbing for SBB. Now that's something that's crazy to me. I think I get why they do it.
I don't think they value Tracer that much on this. I don't think anybody really because 0.2, she's not very good.
There's too much
high ground. You got to go around. Yeah. So I like this switch for sure.
Yeah, so it makes sense. That that's a good point. Now that I should put that out, and then we have Art coming back in for Animo, which is fine. Nothing huge there, but Philadelphia is playing well here. Especially EQO is still on fire. He's been on fire this whole time.
Yep.
And now we have him on Junkrat. And we'll just skip. We'll skip to the end. We'll skip to round 2.1 on defense, because there is no I'm looking at the we talk about for new watchers and people who watch more often, watch that feed, right? The feed kind of guides you to what's going on, and then you can reference what's going on the screen. And nothing lined up to me where I'm like, they're winning. Like, he's getting kills. He got the 4K. Yeah. There's that point where they get the payload. I'm too hype. They get the payload to the bridge, right? And he just suicide jumps on top of it, concussion mines, grenade, concussion mines, and gets a 4K. Crazy 4K. Leaves them with something like 30 seconds left or some stupidness like that. Because they didn't have much time in the time bank. And then they make another attempt where he starts off with a 2K. So their final attempt starts off with a 2K. A 2K tire. They get a res off, and then all hell breaks loose, where I don't even know. I still don't understand. I watched that clip 3 or 4 times, and I still don't understand what happened. Like, the feed doesn't even look like the kills are happening. It's just like they're losing people, and I don't know. There's no thing. They're not like mobbing people. The focus fire doesn't even look there. It's almost like they split everybody up, and they all just win their 1v1s.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like Philly loosened up so much. They're like, oh, EQO's, he's killed 2 or 3 people. We already won this fight. This game's over.
Yeah.
And they got so relaxed that, like you said, they just lose their 1v1s. And as far as like being on attack, man, the attack spawn is right there, dude. So they're just coming back, pumping people. So.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense as well. Dude, and you know what? It's one of those cases where you don't. This was also a camera issue for me, where I don't know if it was an issue. It was they switched to observer mode where they were looking at the fight from an outside camera instead of
overall.
For that whole fight. So that kind of made it also disorienting of who's if you're all fighting 1v1s off screen and then you're focused on the payload. It's very hard for the viewer to track. What's going on. I think that also played into me. I'm not trying to make excuses, because I was also in an emotional fit at this point because I could not understand how they could not win this one.
No, you're absolutely right. It was very difficult to see how Philly lost that last fight. I'm sure Philly's kind of kicking themselves in the head here.
Oh yeah, that had to be a sad night, man.
Yeah, especially going into map 5.
Yeah, because this is what we've said in episode 1, 2, 3. We've always said, do not let it go to game 5. They dominate on control maps. Like, they don't have a home control map. They own all the control maps. All the control maps are their home field.
Yep. Especially after losing 2 in a row, man. Philly doesn't look. Actually, they won the first map on map 5.
Yeah, Fraggy Town. University.
So you're like, okay, Philly turned it around. I know they just lost 2 in a row.
Dude, those charges were sick.
They were sick.
And everybody's like, is it luck? I don't care. He does it all the time. Like, at this point, it's always sick when Fraggy land. Like, when Fraggy, he should spawn. Okay, so like at a concert, right, where they have the stage in the center. Yeah. So they should spawn everybody else at the normal points, but he should come out the middle well.
Oh, that'd be
in University and already be on point.
Yeah.
Completely gold outfit.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. I think it's appropriate at this point.
Dude, because he dominates on the Rhine, but map 2 and 3, all in YXL.
EQO is on Widow too long.
A lot of people comment this, and we don't see him that often on Widow, and I don't like the Widow swap this late into the series, because Widow's one of those characters, just like Tracer, that takes some time to kind of get used to, kind of get warmed up.
You know what this reminds me of, right?
What's that?
Jake on Farah on map 5. Yeah. It's those kind of decisions that I'm like, why?
Yeah, I mean,
why do that?
These are characters that are difficult to kind of switch into after playing, especially because Ikkyo is projectile specialist for the most part, and you're going on to a hit scan character. It's tough, and it showed.
Yeah.
So,
that's it. They ain't my team, so it's one of those things where I feel for Philly fans because we've been through this. We've done this. We made these same mistakes. Last week we threw away big games we needed to win for the Outlaws, and we threw it away in the same fashion. And
yeah, it definitely sucks just needing one, right?
Yeah,
dude, it's so aggravating.
And even there, where, like you said, that first map, the first round was their map. So all they had to do, they had to win one of the other two. Like, it's literally, you don't get a better position than this right here. If you can't do this, you don't deserve the trophy.
I get the control map, but Junkertown, that was where you needed the win. That was the win.
Hey, maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because that round Gardens, Jonak, and Pine just... people are constantly dead. Like, it's just they spawn and they die.
Oh, dude, it was rough to watch, man.
They're so good. Yo, I'm happy Pine's back though. He looks healthier. He looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah, man. His interview, he does Ask Me Another, I think. If you haven't seen it yet,
Ask Me Anything, or is it Ask Me Anything?
Ask Me Anything.
Oh, I was like, is that something new, Clay?
Yeah.
Ask Me Another.
That's an NPR show. I don't know why I brought that. Yeah, he does an AMA, and he has a translator there. Also very entertaining. Both of them together, man, they're a combo.
Yeah.
It's very good. If you get a chance, check that out.
Okay. Will do.
All right, so that wraps up Thursday night.
Yeah.
That brings us into Friday, where Philly is able to redeem themselves. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, Jesus. I was like, oh, yeah, sure, Philadelphia beats Shock. No, Shock,
man.
like I had mentioned earlier, kind of on a tear.
Dude.
They beat Philly 3-1.
I think if they would have beat NYXL, this wouldn't have happened.
You think so?
Yeah.
Got that confidence rolling through.
At this point, it's like one of those things where you have a bad Monday and it fucks up your whole week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what goes on here. It's like they're like, why even play the game anymore? We can't.
Get beat by New York, and then San Francisco knocking them down 3-1. That's insane.
Man.
Cool. Next up, Florida playing Shanghai. Florida taking it 3-1. Kind of the
that game was hyped though.
That was
the fans were crazy for this game.
People want to see Shanghai win. I think that's cool.
And this is their best chance. I think that's their best shot is against Mayhem.
Yeah. Or Dallas.
Probably a better shot against Dallas.
Yeah, we'll see. But the feature match of Friday night was Boston versus the Seoul Dynasty. I'm now a Boston fan, Ryan.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that blue looks good.
Is this official?
Looks good. I don't know what jersey to get, but I think I'm officially a Boston fan.
All right, you hear here first. Gladiators, you lost a good one.
You lost on Wednesday. I'm not a fan of you anymore. So Boston versus Seoul. And
Boston looks real good.
Yeah, they do look really good. Mistakes especially, man. That guy can play a big list of heroes, and he does really well on all of them.
Yeah. I like the consistent theme that he only makes one mistake. Like, it's like every map, he'll make one weird mistake. Like, he'll poke his head out, get sniped, and then he just goes off.
Yeah. He's like, dude, that's the one I get. That's it.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah. But kick it off at Volskaya, where we see Mistakes start off on the Widow, switch over to the McCree on point 2, pretty much wipes them on point 1, switches over to McCree. McCree on point 2 on attack on Volskaya is pretty sweet to watch because no one ever looks at him. Everybody's focused on the point, and if McCree is uncontested, he gets to kill everybody. It's awesome to see. And
he has some great ultimate spots because his ultimate is one of the lacking ones at the moment.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme, but here he can get a lot of get to the high place or get to elevation really easy.
Yeah, absolutely. We comment here that Guido kind of struggling on the Zenyatta for a while.
Ryu's not in the game. Ryu Jae-hong is not in this game.
And
that is blasphemous.
I can't remember why.
I don't remember why.
Yeah, I can't
Maybe
remember
he's sick. I don't know if he's on vacation. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. But none of it is an excuse.
Down in Florida, just
because
team's losing here. Ryu Jong.
Guido is struggling. He had like one killing blow the first round.
Yeah, that's rough. So Boston takes first 2 points pretty handedly, and then Seoul, I guess they think they're still on defense at this point. They never actually try to get into point 2. They take point 1, but point 1's kind of a shoe-in. Point 2, it looked like they were trying to keep Boston from getting back to point 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, just could not figure out how to get into the point 2.
There were a lot of fights outside of the door.
Yeah. Well, they're so passive with their ultimates that it's so hard to watch because they'll use their trans passively, they'll use their blade passively.
Yeah.
They're just using ultimates like they're on defense, and they're not, moving forward with these things. And Seoul take out Volskaya pretty handedly, like I had mentioned.
And it's a map that both teams were undefeated on, so hand them that one. So Boston's still undefeated on that map, which is impressive because Volskaya is kind of a given, especially in the offense. Like if you can dominate on offense, you pretty much can lock it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would hate for Volskaya as just a map to be my map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that map.
Yeah.
We're really good at Volskaya. It's like, no one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Yeah. But so we get into Blizzard World, which is another funny map.
Yeah.
Both teams actually do really well pushing the point, it seemed like. They both make it to 3. They both have some time left in the bank. Anything stick out for you on this one?
Yeah, this is the first time we really get to see an emphasis on Boston's EMP Diva combo.
Oh, it was sweet.
So Mistakes pops EMP, and then you get the Diva bomb coming in from Note, and his bombs have just been beautiful. Like Note's bombs reminds me of like Poco Stage 1 bombs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Note still can do everything else as well, pretty well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So the only thing is that for some reason Seoul's able to squeak out that draw on the final round.
Yeah. Yeah, is there anything scarier than being EMP'd and you're like, oh, cool, I can't move.
Yeah.
And you just die.
And they're currently like one of the big ones was near the second point cap, right? Where it sits now is not the adjusted one from patch. It's still pre-patch.
Yep. Yeah, it's still pretty far.
There's nothing to really run to if you're in that area.
Yeah.
So they EMP them there and threw the bomb, and it's just kind of like, all right, there's this huge circle, like Coliseum style, and there's a bomb coming from the sky.
Yeah.
Everything dies.
Yeah, this wasn't... The end of this one, a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It looked like Boston was on the point in their final attempt, but I guess they were not. They had a little bit of time. They had some ultimates going. Ended in a draw, bringing us into Nepal, control point map. And we got down here that Seoul, 67 win percentage on this map.
They're favored on all these maps, actually, which is surprising to how this all plays out.
Yeah. It's cool that we get to see Seoul actually get on the point pretty early on. We see Fleta, he's on the Roadhog, and he is getting these hooks that are from actual miles away. He's like, what, dude? That doesn't even seem possible. But they get up on the point, and they do what Seoul does best, and they kind of turtle up on the point, never let them get back on.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we got to see this later on, in map 2 and 3, but Mistakes on map 2, originally a Tracer player, switches over to the Tracer, Fleta on the Pharah, and Fleta's picking up all kinds of kills, but the tanks on the Boston Uprising really a force to be reckoned with. To kind of get up on the point, and then they pressure everybody off the point on the Seoul, and just not able to do anything.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's one of those cases where the whole team is just playing, like Gamsu, everybody's just playing at a level that they're playing their best game.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're playing really well. And it shows, because even here, like on Shrine, Mistakes had another combo with all his EMPs were valuable EMPs. Right? He had the EMP on Shrine, and then Striker flashes in with the Pulse Bomb, gets a 3K.
Yeah.
It's like
dude, that was a sweet play, man.
And they always do a high five after it happens. Like they planned it, and their communications. Like we haven't had any comms since their team kind of has been shuffled. Like I haven't seen any of their new comms yet. Yep. And it just feels tight, though. It feels like it's completely opposite from what we saw with NYXL, right? And those first 2 maps they were playing, where they were kind of like all over the place, like
a little disheveled for sure.
Yeah, for here, Boston is always where they expect each other to be, and they're able to help each other out, and it shows.
Yeah, undefeated actually in this stage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we go into map 3
Yeah.
of Nepal. Interesting stat line. Only thing that I really noted from this one, Seoul doesn't get an ultimate until Boston is at 74%. What are you doing?
Do they have?
74
Is
they
AKM
have a-
playing Genji? Is AKM on the team playing Genji?
hadn't figured out how to farm that ult. They actually have a Junkrat and a Roadhog. Both these ults pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing great. 74%. What do you do at 74%? The game's already over.
It's already over.
Seoul actually never gets on the map or gets on the point at all.
Oh, and Miro falls off the map. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He falls off the map with Shatter, and I'm like, dude, that was your only shot.
Yeah. You took you 90% to get back to the map. Hit somebody with it.
Do you think Fraggy was at home like, this is disgusting?
I didn't teach you this, Miro.
I didn't teach you this.
Yeah.
One thing I do have to say, though, is that between seeing Fleta and Surefour's Roadhogs lately,
Yeah.
Manitou needs to do something. He needs to get his character back because people are out here trying to take that character away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And Manitou, dude, a clear number one, but they just not, I don't know. Florida's not letting him play it as much as I'd like to see it, dude. Because he's dominant on that character.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. Seoul looked like they had a chance to come back on this one. Boston, this wins them the point because this puts them up 2-1. We go into Route 66. Boston has a poor push. Smiles. All smiles at the end of the match. How do you do so poorly? I'm throwing my keyboard at this point if I only push it halfway through Route 66. Obviously, they had one at this point. It's just map differential at this, going into this one.
And Fleta shows up here finally on Widow, but it's too late. It's way too late.
Yeah, I mean, these are just map points. The series is over. I don't know, man. It was rough to watch, but yeah.
The biggest thing overall here is that, and the commentators were hype, everybody, front desk was hype, is that this is the first time a team in one stage has beaten NYXL, Dynasty, and London Spitfire in the same stage.
They will never beat the Dragons, Ryan. Boston.
The Dragons will beat themselves.
Yeah.
But definitely, Uprising looks like they've kind of gone through that, Phoenix from the Ashes situation that Los Angeles has gone through. Well, their situation was more direct, and it was only one player, and it wasn't really an organization type thing. But to see them do a complete flip when people thought they were going to crumble.
Yep. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Of course.
This is a big DPS player they lost.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see someone, kind of pick up the shoes right there.
Yeah, it plays into, there's always someone, everybody's replaceable. Remember that.
Yeah.
It's like with anything else, if you work professionally, always remember. Except Jonak. But yeah, everybody's replaceable. And,
absolutely. Absolutely.
In any sport, it happens all the time when a player either gets traded or retires and they're like, well, team's going to shit now. And that's not the case. There's always somebody out there who's hungry and who's ready to show out. Mistakes, man. Props up, hat off to you, man. Any kind of thing I can do. Like that's crazy that you can come into this environment with people already doubting you.
Yeah.
And just be like, all right, let me make this one mistake and then just kind of go off.
Yeah, and his hero pool is awesome to watch too.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I put him up there as far as Sombra play. Put him up there with Dante.
Oh yeah.
He knows where to be and knows where to EMP at the right time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Interesting match. Definitely an interesting one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and then we wrap up the week. Last match was a weird one to watch, like we mentioned, but this one was also weird to kind of watch. Before we get into my boys, our honorable mentions. So we had even though our honorable mentions are huge matches, we had London Spitfire versus Los Angeles Valiant, and finally Valiant taking a loss here, which they're not used to this stage. 3-2.
First loss of the stage.
Yeah, Spitfire able to squeak that one out, and then we get another 3-2 between the New York Excelsior and Los Angeles Gladiators.
Yeah. They lost the first two.
I mean,
lost the first two maps
fine.
Again.
It's fine because Los Angeles is no longer your team, so you've jumped ship. So it's safe. You're a smart man. You know when to get out. It's like the stock market.
Send that jersey back ASAP. I'm sorry, Big Goose.
Goose.
Looks good on a jersey. He's number 0.
Oh man. The show that everybody came for. Houston Outlaws versus Dallas Fuel.
Yeah, this is cool. This is Battle of Texas, man. Battle of LA
Texas,
on Wednesday. Battle of Texas on.
But it didn't have as much hype as the crowd was a lot quieter. It felt kind of forced. The outcome was awful. The gameplay was whatever. You know what? I'll take what we can get.
I like that you brought that up. Actually, it does feel a little forced as far as the rivalry.
Yeah,
LA is definitely there, right? Because we're in LA for every match. But the Dallas-Houston rivalry is still a little forced. Yeah. It felt cool when Muma and XUC had their little battle going on.
Yeah.
But now that Dallas is like this broken bird, it just seems like you're just watching the bully beat up on this poor kid. I don't know, man.
Kicking the mother down. We're gonna get into it, man. You know, okay, so we start with Volskaya.
Yeah.
Weird. Starts off with a draw.
Yep.
And nothing really happens on this map.
No, I was gonna say they both take like 5 or 6 minutes to get point 2.
Yeah.
So
and I'm not even gonna go into Dallas Fuel's roster. You know, actually, we'll touch on it. So, Unco's not here for some reason. He's going through stuff. Siegel's going through stuff. Effects is here, but he's also going through stuff always.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The whole AKM debacle is pretty good. This week, if you haven't noticed, there was a clip that was released, a GIF that was released that showed AKM trying to build a blade on Genji, and it took, was it 3 minutes 40 seconds?
It was over 3 minutes.
It was over 3 minutes, almost the whole round. And you know, AKM is great. He's a great player. We're not downturning that. It's just one of those things that, you know, becomes a meme.
Yeah, sticks out, man.
Yeah, and then people started calling him APM, and that was just it was bad. The chat was gross during this match.
He's got feelings too, Ryan. He's got feelings.
I get it.
But damn, build a blade, man.
But one of the things that got me was seeing Chip Sajin come out, and I'm like, wait, what? So there's been charts out because, you know, when the league started, everybody was talking about, oh, Chip is going to be the hot, the big Zenyatta in town, and he just did not show up stat wise. Yeah. Everybody's been blowing him out of the water, and the stats look rough. But now he's playing because the team's kind of in this turmoil where like Taimu's going through some health issues. They don't really have a deep roster to start off with. They've had all these issues. Their coach is gone. They lost Rascal. They're in a rough place. Yeah, and Houston Outlaws take advantage of that for once in our life. Yeah. You know, we talked about taking advantage of these situations where it's part of the league. If a team can't get their shit together and you're playing against them and that's a win you need, get that win. There's nothing to feel ashamed about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, let's get back into it. Volskaya Industries, nothing really happens here. There is a cool thing where because Linkser's playing very well throughout this whole match. You know, the stone-faced killer that he is. Round 1.2, he gets a cool Dragon Blade that he's getting power. He's getting damage boosted on the Dragon Blade, which I think puts you at, I think it's like 130 damage per slash, something like that.
Yep. Yeah,
and he's able to get a 3K through Chip's Transcendence, which is, you know, sucks for Chips because everybody's like, wait, you just get 3 kills through a Transcendence? Like, Chips can't even do that right.
Yeah, he was waiting for this whole time.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, the trans is up. Oh, but he's still getting these kills. Man.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And the other thing that stands out is, you know, allowing Linkser to play Genji means that Jake's on Tracer. And his Tracer's got a lot better. He was very outspoken about, you know, how he was kind of under pressure to learn that Tracer in the situation they were in, and he was getting better, and he was putting that practice in. He
looks consistent. He looks a lot more consistent
now.
For sure.
He's telling the crowd. He told the crowd, he's like, hey, I'm going to get there. Just give me time. And people respected that, and now he is showing that.
Yeah, and Tracer's definitely one of those characters, one of those heroes that it's a confidence thing more than anything else.
Yeah.
Because if you're not confident with your ability, man, you're going to get picked.
Yeah. And then we move into Blizzard World. So we get a draw in Volskaya, which Blizzard World should have also been a draw. But they squeaked it out. Like,
this was the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I'm so sorry. Dallas has this huge time bank on Houston,
like 330 or something like that.
This is the turnaround, and yeah, Houston gets what, maybe a half a point after one tick.
Yeah,
on
it's like 40,
come around.
46%.
The second attack, and AKM is playing Farah for who knows what reason. They have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to get one tick and a half. A tick and a half.
Oh,
this is the map for them to win. And, they throw it away.
It's that Muma, man. Muma comes in for fact, fiction, and, man...
He tears it up.
The whole feed on attack is him.
Yeah.
He cleans up every kill. Like, he doesn't drop one. It's like if getting that assist in basketball. He's taking them all to the rim, man.
Yeah, no joke, dude. Killing it.
Dunking them.
But I am impressed, though, watching this. AKM on Sombra. I did not know he was a Sombra player. I know he had dabbled with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Gets some pretty big EMPs.
Yeah.
And that gives them a big time bank for them to work with coming into it. I hate to say I was going for fuel on this one, Ryan, because I felt a little bad for him.
Yeah.
I said, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. This is easy. This is easy. This is just, walk in, take the point. They don't take the point. AKM dies like 6 times in a row.
I don't know what to say, man. This is another weird one to watch. It's just, anyways, we get into Paul, right? We get into Paul, so we're on the control map finally. Clockwork comes in for Jake.
Yep.
Just because they want to be able to play that Farah, right? And Clockwork's Farah is a lot better than Jake's Farah. I'm just gonna say
I think they bring it up in this match that he had been practicing Farah a lot more. Clockwork has. So.
And you remember we talked about, when they brought Clockwork onto the team, they brought him into this community, these guys that were already kind of brotherly love type situation. And it finally looks like he's fitting into the team where it doesn't feel awkward. We all know Jake is the face. Jake is, now, a capable tracer, so that pressure's not there anymore. And I think now we're in a better place mentally. And now we just need to kind of start stepping it up and playing at the level that we're used to playing at. And I think we're getting there. As we feed on the carcasses of these dead teams.
This actually came up, and I did not realize this. Just a little fun fact. Clockwork, one of the best scout players in TF2. I did not know that. And
really?
Easily number one of the best. Yeah. And it kind of translated over to Tracer. That's why we see him play Tracer earlier on in the season. Yeah, pretty cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. Overwatch is the game that brings TF2 and CSGO players together, right? Like in one place to share the love. But yeah, the only thing that stands out on Nepal really is on Ruins. We know that's dominated by Widow. Linkser is in the hot seat right now, and he's kind of in the mode, and he dominates, and they have no real answer to it. They try to deal with him, but they can't. He does what he has to do, and they take it pretty handily there. So because you had to draw on the first map, 2 wins means you got it. So they can, just get Route 66 to get the map differential, right?
You still watch? You watch the 4th map?
Yeah,
I guess you're a big fan of these.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit there and support my team.
I turn it off,
big. Say loyal.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll say loyal. I made the choice, right? I went through the resumes early on, kind of made this decision. I was, this is going to be my team, so I'm here.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, I
haven't bought a jersey yet, but I'm getting there.
Hey, I even have a Houston Outlaws jersey. I forgot what team we were talking about. I even have a Shanghai. No, I don't have a Shanghai Dragon.
I don't know. The problem is I don't know which one to get. I don't know who I want. I don't want Jake. I can't walk around with a jersey that says Jake on it.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
Well, I will say this: when they initially talked about this team, they talked about Muma, building a team around Muma, and it shows. He's a very good Winston player, very good main tank player.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. Muma looks cool.
Yeah, I might get Muma. I might get Raucus.
Cool name.
I'm a support main.
Ooh,
so
Raucus is a cool name.
Raucus is a cool name.
Yeah.
And then I got to do the hair too if I do that. So I don't know. It's a commitment. But we hop into Route 66, and once again, nothing effects. I don't get it. Why is he still here? Why is he still
not here? He's in Korea now.
Oh, now he's because man. But I don't.
He put a lot of weight on those shoulders, man. And we were talking about mental health and health.
Yeah.
That dude needs to take a step back.
But he just does not play. Like literally, it's like the rest of the team is trying to call plays, and he's not there.
Yeah.
He's just not playing with the team. He's just doing what he wants.
Yep. Yeah, he's a great tracer player, obviously, but geez.
He doesn't want to be there. Nobody, I don't think he wants to be there. I don't think they want him there. I don't know fans want him there. I don't, he's too much of an, I know it's his own personal stuff, but it's one of those cases where, like, at some point, when somebody is so much of a roadblock in a team situation, regardless if it's their fault or if they just have a hard life or if shit's going down, you got to remove them. At some point, the team has to win. The team has to connect. And this is a piece that will never, I'm sorry, he will never be a piece that's going to bring this team together or any type of glue.
I don't think so either. He does, when they pan over him with the camera work.
Yeah.
And this is our opinions, obviously. They pan over him. He looks visibly upset.
Yeah.
The entire time.
And not like jokingly either. It's just
no. Win or lose, man. You got to stay positive, or your whole team will, take that kind of thing in.
Take it from
But
NYXL,
we'll see week 4 because we got a Seagull AKM combo as far as DPS this week.
That's gonna be interesting.
Be interesting to see, yeah.
I mean, at least AKM doesn't have to play Genji. All right, that's it, AKM. If you're listening, I know you're not listening, but come on, man, it was fun. It was a fun ride.
It was a fun ride, yeah.
But you're still a monster, so we can't say anything. This is our only platform for us to have our joke and our fun. But outside of that, we're still struggling on ladders. So
yeah. Actually, this week, big news. Yeah. I did actually hit up top 500.
What?
Yeah.
Do we have a screenshot?
A screenshot of me in top 500? No, I didn't take that.
What?
So I'm at 4340.
Okay.
I think top 500 is 4342. But before that, like Monday or Tuesday, it was like 43.
You got to do the screenshot. So
I was at 495. Yeah. But I changed my name to the Wire fans out there to Omar Coming, which is like a classic line from The Wire. Because I wanted it to be on the top boards, and maybe if people lose, I'll be back in top 500.
Yeah.
I was sitting at 495.
Okay.
497 for a long time.
Dude, Clay, congrats, man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, thanks.
That's huge.
It took like 2 or 3 solid days of just grinding Zenyatta, Junkrat. Yeah, it was sweet. It was fun.
Yeah, pay attention to that. See if it switches or swaps, and take a picture if you can get the 500. We'll
Omar Coming, baby. Yeah.
But yeah.
I actually changed all the names of my accounts to Wire references. So
really?
Yeah. I thought it'd be funny.
Okay.
No more laps.
So let's. So now I gotta go find out what the fuck your name is on all my friends list.
One of them is Slim Charles.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's from one of the characters from The Wire. It's pretty sweet.
But yeah, that's it, man. This week was interesting. It wasn't
cool.
A banger like every other week. It's still enjoyable, and you're gonna have these type of weeks where it started off strong, but the end was weak or whatever. But I'm still enjoying it. I mean, I think that's the important part.
And we're going into our last week next week. So
before playoffs, that's going to be hype. It's going to be different because we're going to have
It'll be different. Yeah, we got 4 teams. Mm-hmm. Boston's hitting in number 1. Yep. Valiant 2. New York in 3.
Yeah. That math differential. They keep giving up the first 2.
Yeah. What the hell? And San Francisco actually sitting at number 4, which is kind of cool.
Man,
they won both their games this week, which is sweet.
It's going to be hype because it gives us an extra match to talk about as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
dude,
so
if they all go to 5, I'll kill myself.
Yeah, so if they all go to 5, it's gonna be like a full week of games.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, guys. So that's it. That's the end of the show. So you guys can reach us. We talked about the giveaway, so we'll talk about it again. Reach out to us. Email. We're gonna list it off here. Reach out to us on any of the social media with your name. Give us a comment or say something about the what's going on, what you think. Discussion question. And we're gonna throw all the names in the hat, and at the next show we'll announce the winner and then send that $20 Amazon gift card out. But you can reach us at thebirdwatcherspodcast@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at thebirdwatchers. Watchers is spelled WATCH3RS. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at The Birdwatchers, and on Reddit and Instagram at The Birdwatchers Podcast. And we're pretty active on all those, so
absolutely.
Don't hesitate to ping us or comment. I'm usually posting on competitive Reddit as much as possible because I have things coming up on my mind that I kind of want to see what other people think and see if I'm not the only one kind of musing on these things. But yeah, man, it's another good week.
Absolutely. Excited to get in week 4. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, and we apologize for this one being kind of late. We'll try to keep it on schedule next time, but things will happen. lives keep on turning. So
cool. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Take it easy. Bye.